Hey, we're back with a gardening video. Oh my God.
It's been 84 years.
I can still smell the fresh paint.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We're getting back into it.
Yes, my hands are already dirty and I'm so happy about it. We're doing some winter sowing today. I've decided that this year I'm not paying absorbent prices for already started plants that I can do myself. So we're doing a little bit of winter sowing. We are second week of February,
Yes.
so we are 8 to 10 weeks out from our last frost date, which means we can start putting some things in for winter sowing. Now, I'm sure if you're a gardener, you've seen winter sowing. How many videos have we watched on winter sowing?
Enough.
Yeah, a lot. A lot. So I'm not going to go into huge detail. I'm sure you've already seen it, but basically you're making a mini greenhouse. Pretty sure I did this in like third grade. Um, I've got water running everywhere because of the drainage on of these, but it's very simple. You just take your milk jug, pop in a few holes in the bottom because you want drainage. That's really important with this process. Be careful with your tool. Very easy. 4 holes in the bottom, not a big deal. And then you're going to cut starting about right here and go all the way around to about right here. That way your handle makes a nice little lever, if you can see that. And there you go. Lifts right up. So this is going to be our little greenhouse. So you want to use either milk, water jugs, anything. I've used a ocean spray bottle as long as it's clear or opaque so that the sunlight can get through. You do not need the lid. You want to leave the lid off. That way moisture can get in and out. All right, we've got pre-moistened soil here. I'm just using a seed starting mix. I'm using Miracle Grow. Can you hold that for me? I'm
Oh,
using
yeah.
Miracle Grow because it's just what we have. If you have an organic version, that's fine. I'm using seed starting mix because it's just lighter. It's a loftier blend. Um, so the seeds get an easier start growing. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to tamp it in very lightly. I do not want this to be, just a little bit more. I do not want this to be crammed in there because you want plenty of space for your seeds to root in. Again, this is pre-moistened. I did it in the bag because it's just the easiest way to do it. I poured a little water in the bag, mixed it up really good. Easy, easy, done. And there we go. So you've got your dirt, your lid. You'll need duct tape as well. I'll show you that in a minute. So let me show you the seeds that we've got. So my favorite flower ever. These are Snapdragons. I'm doing ivory this year. I love Snapdragon. I know you're not crazy about them.
I used to like them, but I've kind of grown out of it.
So the Snapdragons we usually get at the greenhouse here, I think he doesn't like them because they don't grow enormous.
One year, they were really pretty. They like had all kinds of color, and they stayed pretty all. That was the time we did the mailbox all.
Yes, they were one color or all different colors, and they were beautiful.
Yeah.
These are a different version. These are Potomac ivory. These grow pretty tall and have enormous bloom stalks. So if you haven't used Snapdragon's, very cold tolerant. These go all summer, so they'll bloom all summer. There are 3 different types. Look them up. Make sure that you're getting the type that bloom all summer. Some like cold weather. They'll only bloom in the fall or in the spring. These bloom all summer. So check with the variety that you get. Now these are for you.
Mm-hmm.
These are Gomphrena. So I've got Carmine, which we'll pop a picture up. They're beautiful, beautiful pink purple. So those are for you. And then I've got Audrey White Gomphrena, all from Johnny Seeds. So we'll pop some pictures up of what they're going to look like. Gomphrena have these beautiful little ball-shaped blooms. We used them for the first time last year and loved them. I used Pinball Purple last year. Go back and look at that video. It's our
tall white
tall
container.
planters. Yeah. They just bursted out of that container and just filled it up. So we're going to do quite a few of these, I think, this year too. So the Gomphrena needs 1/8 of an inch of soil over top of them. So we'll spread them out. We'll put a little soil in. The Snapdragons need light, so they do not get covered. It says to use vermiculite to cover them. I don't see the need in it. We have quite a bit of moisture that comes in the winter through rain. We can put moisture in if we need to. So the vermiculite I don't think is really necessary. So I'm not going to use that. But I'm going to do two containers of the Snapdragons because I love them and I'm going to use them everywhere this year. We'll do one of the white Gomphrena and then one of the pink because I don't think we'll use it as much.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We're just going to sprinkle them in. Snapdragon seeds are the teeniest, tiniest thing ever, and I underordered. I thought I got 100. I think I got a pack of 50.
They look like poppy seeds.
They do look like poppy seeds. I'm doing no rhyme or reason to these. They will come up, they will sprout, and I will put them in containers later in the spring. Okay, so we got them in. Easy. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I really wanted more of the Snapdragons, and I'm sad I did not order enough. That's on me. I thought I ordered 100, and I only got 50, I think. But that'll be enough. I'm using old tags. I just wrote on the back what they're going to be, and you want to make sure that that goes inside so that you've got a label on the inside of your container.
So you know what's what.
So you know what's what. And you want to write it on the outside as well. I do not have a marker right now. There is a wasp on our camera. Sorry if it crawls over the lens. It's warming up and they're coming out, which I'm happy to see. You want to write it on the outside of your container as well. I do not have a marker for that. I forgot to get it. I need to get a Sharpie. So I'm going to mark where I lay these out on a kind of a map so that I know what they are. I've also written down what's on the front of the tag. So like Meteor Shower Superbina from last year is the Carmine Gomphrena. So I know what they are. So I'm going to just put that down in there. Put that down in there. And we're done. All labeled and ready to go. We're going to put a little bit of dirt over the Gomphrena. Here, I'll let you do that. 1/8 of an inch. They go 1/8 of an inch deep. So I just put them in there, cover them with a little bit of soil, not a lot. Just takes a little. And then our Snapdragons get no soil over top. You want to do it on that one too?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No soil over top of the Snapdragons because they need light. And then I just use a spray bottle and just moisten the top. I know you can get those sprayers to do this and it's probably easier, but this is what I have. This is what we use for our cat to get her to stop being crazy.
It's a dual purpose
it doesn't
sprayer.
Work, but and just moisten the top. That's all you got to do. Now we're expecting rain tomorrow, so I'm not going to moisten these too much. Actually, I think we're expecting rain tonight.
Oh, I think it's supposed to rain like 3 days this week.
Yeah, so these should get plenty of moisture. If they do not, if you're in a dry climate and you don't get a lot of rain in the winter, you just, once they're closed up, spray a little water in there every once in a while and you're fine. But most places, I think, get quite a bit of moisture. Now that we've got these done, we're going to tape them up. Now, what I will do once I get my marker is I will mark them on the top of the jug. I'll mark them on the tape as well, and then we'll have our label on the inside so that we know what everything is. There is nothing worse than duct tape that will not start correctly. If you know how to keep that from happening, please put it in the comments. I would love to know. There. And there you go. That's it. Nice little package. All right, so we're going to tape the rest of these up, and then we'll set them out in the sun. Super easy. We're done. There you go. Yep. So these are going to go out in the sun. I'm going to put them on the south side of the house so they get plenty of sun. I'll check in on them every few days just to make sure that the moisture level is good. If they're not and they need a little more, that's all we got to do. A little water, and we're good to go. So we'll check back on these in about, we'll probably do a video in about 3 weeks, maybe 4, just to see where they're at and if they've sprouted up. Once they are sprouted with the Snapdragons, you do want to pinch them because they will get very leggy and they won't give you the blooms that you want. I want a nice bushy. I want 3 or 4 stalks of blooms at a time. So I'm going to pinch those down. The Gomphrena, I don't think I should have to do that. They tend to branch out on their own, so I don't think we'll need to do that there. But once they get maybe that big or so, I'll pot them up in some smaller pots, and we'll be ready to go for spring. And I've spent maybe $9 for what's going to be a ton of plants. So
Yeah.
it's a really good way to go. So we know we haven't been here for a little while. We apologize for that. Not a lot for us to do in the winter, but this is a great start to our season. We're really looking forward to spring.
Yeah.
We'll be back on a regular schedule probably next month. We have lots of things planned. All of our containers are organized and ready to go. We know what plants we want as long as we can get a hold of them. We've got a couple trees that we'll be putting in. We've got some tree videos that we're going to do on evergreens. So watch for that series. We've got a few different evergreens that we're going to showcase in some kind of 101 how-tos. So watch out for those. If you haven't already, what are they going to do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
We appreciate you as always. Thanks so much for watching, and
We'll see you next time.
bye.